Hello, everyone. Yes, we are going to be jumping into our express entry watch party. We're going to get to that in just a second, but that will happen at 11 a.m. We're going to do a short little impromptu kind of short notice Q&A because I wanted to make sure that I had the ability to answer your questions and to help you with your Canadian immigration journey by throwing out a few little nuggets here and there. I'm Canadian immigration lawyer Mark Holthe, and this is the Canada Immigration Live Q&A, something that we try to do right around 10 a.m. every Wednesday. Today is going to be a great day because today is the magical day, July 6th, when we expect Minister Fraser to do the round of invitations. So 11 o'clock, right after this Q&A is done, we're going to have our awesome, fun watch party. And in there, I'm going to be doing some giveaways. I'm going to be giving away free consults, access to the express entry course, and maybe, just maybe, you guys, we might be able to see the round of invitations actually launched. So this today is all about getting your questions answered. And yeah, we're going to spend about 40 minutes here doing that. Then we're going to slide over at 11 a.m. Mountain Time and spend another hour approximately on just having fun. I'm also going to invite some guests in to join me. And if people are feeling ambitious and want to talk a little bit about their journey, it's going to be very interactive. So we're definitely going to have some live guests and it'll be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming in just a little bit, but this is the Canada Immigration Live Q&A. And yeah, it's great. Let's see who we have here. We've got Rocky. Hello. Good to see you. Ralph. Hello. It's good to see you as well. Let's see here. Who else do we've got? We've got DeBottom. Hello. And make sure you always list in the comments where you're tuning in from. And basically give a shout out because I love to see where this is reaching all over the world. Okay. Tushar. Hello. Good to see you. Flourish Baby. Well, there you go. That's a nice little handle there. NASA is from Cameroon. Thanks for connecting in. That's great. Okay. Namal says hello. And let's see what else we've got here. MT says, hiya, Mark. Hello to you too. Tushar says, any plan CEC from CIC? Yes. We know that this draw will include CEC, but like I said in my video that I listed on the YouTube channel yesterday, if you guys go there, I'm going to flip my screen around here. You'll see on the YouTube channel, I did a breaking news update where I covered a bunch of information, including the fact that the Minister Fraser, did confirm that CEC applications, FSW and FST would all be included in basically in this draw that's coming up here. So we'll see what happens. As we go to the page right now, and I can't help but follow it, I get notifications when this changes, and you'll see that it was about the last one on June 22nd, the last time they did a round of invitations, it was 1413 UTC. So let's do this. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna type in convert to Mountain Time. Let's see if it will do it for us. 8:13 a.m. So theoretically, you guys, they have made the decision already, and the minister has created the ministerial instructions, which are the thing that the minister uses in order to issue these rounds of invitations. So theoretically, it's already been there. So what I want you guys to do is to very, very carefully monitor and watch. And I can tell you that anyone who gives me a shout out the first, when they see that the round of invitations has been released, whoever can do it the fastest will get a free access to my next upcoming express entry course that is going to be launched on August the 1st to the 4th, the masterclass. You can actually go in right now, click on the link, and subscribe to the course, start consuming all of those over 50, there's over 56 videos, 642 minutes of on-demand content covering every aspect of the course. I would wager there is not another course out there like this anywhere in internet land. And I'm going to be giving away, and this is something that's going to be out there and it's going to carry over into the watch party. I'm going to be giving away a free access to that course to anyone who can identify first and post in the comments. And this is going to YouTube, it's going to Facebook, it's going to Twitter, it's going to LinkedIn. So anyone who's watching and posts it first that I identify in my feed, they will get access to a free, yes, free course. Let's see here. Okay, so you can see, like I said, the last one was June 22nd, and when I refresh it, it hasn't updated yet, but theoretically, they have already done it and they just haven't updated the website. So where are you going to go to try to find it? Well, I guess potentially within the rounds of invitations here, you just have to keep refreshing this one. All right. Or even previous rounds, it could be posted here too. You just don't know. So we'll have to monitor it and see how it plays out. But this will be exciting. Today is an amazing day, and express entry has always been a big part of Healthy Immigration Law and what we do, and of course, what I do. So I can tell you, to have people, FSWs outside and CECs inside, wow, it's been, what, December 23rd, 2020, since we've last had a no program specified draw, where anyone, as long as their comprehensive ranking system points are high enough, will succeed. So FSW, wow, I can't wait till this comes back to life, and hopefully today it will. Well, the minister said it will, and the Canadian Experience class as well, which is back to September of last year. I can't remember if it was the 20th, but it's been a long time for you guys too. So yes, we're excited. All right, let's see who else we got tuning in here. Let's see. Okay, Samrat, he says, hello, Mark, this is Samrat. Finally relieved and as always happy to be here from Niagara Falls. Samrat, I'm super stoked for you. I'm so glad that those PR cards worked out and that I was able to help you guys. So thanks for getting on here. And yeah, I'm definitely going to have you come and share your story a little bit too. Okay, let's see who else we've got. Mina, hello, good to see you. And we've got Pranjal, who's tuning over on LinkedIn. Great to have you here, Pranjal. Let's see, Jones, we've got Paul is over in Surrey, tuning in on the Canadian Immigration Institute Facebook page. Great to have you with us, Paul. Evo, hey, good to see you, Evo. It's great to connect with you. Thanks for joining. Okay, we got an individual from Morocco, and Jonathan is over in Dakar. Flourish Baby here is over in India. I just had a lengthy consultation with a couple brothers in India just before we went live. TD is over in Toronto. I am doing fantastic. I've got some big plans this evening. I'm going to go fishing with my friend, and we're going to cut some firewood for one of the camps that he's taking the young men from our church to do, and so I'm heading up to the mountains with him to cut some wood so they have it for their camp out. So we're going to leave here a little bit later today and then do a little bit of fly fishing, which I absolutely love. Oh, I love my fly fishing. That actually reminds me here. Let's see if I'm going to share something with you guys because that's what I do. Let's see. I'll show you what I caught the other day. Let's see if I can find. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. I actually have to adjust this image, and let's see. Okay, I'm going to open this up, and then I'm going to give it a turn. I'm going to give it a turn, and then I'm going to take another little zoom. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of this, and I'm going to pull it right on the screen. So this little guy, and he wasn't really little. He was actually kind of big. Okay, so I'm going to pull it right on the screen here. This is what I caught just the other day. And oh, this guy was a big lunker. He was actually quite big. And yeah, you know, when I look at how long and how hard I had to fight to bring him in on my fly rod, it was quite an interesting experience. And he was just so fat, and for a fly fishing, oh yeah. Let me show you. I'll show you this here.
Fattest rainbow.
Okay, let's see if I can find it.
I have ever caught here.
Oh,
man, he is biggest, fattest.
Oh, I see what I've done.
Rainbow.
Ignore this. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a new, not that one. I'm gonna go back here to me, and then I'm gonna pull it on here. So check this out.
Biggest,
there we
fattest.
Go. Look at that
rainbow
sucker. It was at night.
I have ever caught here. Man, he is fat. That's a stalker. And it's late, so you can't quite see him, but he's fat. And he fought like the Dickens. He fought like the Dickens.
So there you go.
Biggest, fattest.
That's what I love to do, you guys. Absolutely love to do that stuff. So, all right, now I have on here, I'm just gonna, just bear with me a second here. I need to clear all of those so it doesn't come popping back up. Okay, so let's do some more shout outs. So that's what I love to do. I'm going to go catch some more fish. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love it. Love. All right, let's see what else we've got going on here. Okay, we've got Jonathan's over in Dakar. I think we already hit Jonathan. Okay, Jules, hello from Brazil. Olá, muito bem velo comigo hoje. All right, and we've got Joyce is tuning in. And we've got Jat is over in Greenland. You know what, Jat? I don't know if I've ever had anyone from Greenland tuning into the live Q&A. This is awesome. And it's also so cool because of the new draws. And like I said, the moment anyone identifies, if they can beat me, that is, that there's been the round of invitations has been released, I want you to let me know and I'll give you free access excuse me, to my express entry step-by-step course and masterclass starting in August. The course material, I highly recommend you get in there and you purchase it now and start working through it, because then when August comes, you will be ready, and all the questions that you have, all of the answers that you're seeking, you will have already dove in and learned so much about the process, and then be really ready to level up when we get to those lives, because that's where the magic really happens. Okay, we've got Amaka's over in Nigeria. Now we're starting to see some positives from overseas. Pranjal is over in Delhi. Great to see you. I love the LinkedIn connection here. Eric's over from Ghana. Great to have you here. And we've got Jaya here. And J.E. from Morocco, celebration. We got some drums and everything. The electric guitar, singing, although I will avoid singing. Henry's over in Nigeria. And okay, let's see here. Okay, well, I'll just give you a shout out, Bright Stars. Great to have you here. We'll get to your question in a little bit. Let's see. The Philippines, we've got Camille. Oh, this is great. This is awesome. We've got such a good group here. Arun is here. And lots of questions. Hold off on your questions for a little bit. Oh, okay. Bright Stars is over listening in from Lacombe. That's great. Great to have you here. I've got some good friends that are from Lacombe, which is Lacombe, Alberta, a little bit north of here, of where I live. Very cool. Okay, Anurag's asking already for the predictions for the cutoff. I'm going to highlight that one. I'm going to come back to that. Let's see what else we have here. We've got Jesse's over in Quebec. Great to have you tuning in. Excuse me. We've got Khan here. I can't remember the flag. Is that Pakistan? Is that KSA? Can't remember, but it's good to have you. Simon's watching from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Woo! We got the Prairie Provinces well represented. We've got Hassan is over in Guinea. That's great. Okay, so Hassan, I'm trying to figure out Guinea. Is it? Let's see. What kind of Guinea is it? I know a Guinea-Bissau in Africa that they speak Portuguese there. I'm not sure if that's the case. You have to let me know, Hassan, which Guinea it is. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Peter, hello, good to see you. And Nyamar, we've got you tuning in from Toronto. Ghislaine, oh great, Cameroon, fantastic. And on Facebook, wow, we've got a really good reach today. Nizar is the UAE. Yes, we need our United Arab Emirate representation. I miss you guys from being over there. Salam. Khan says, hello from Niagara Falls. Good weather and excited. Me too. I sure am. Tahir, good to see you. This is fantastic. Curious says British here. Fantastic. Let's see who else we have here. And we'll get to your questions, so hold off on those ones. Uzir, good to see you. Thanks for connecting in. Samrat says, sure, Mark, would love to share my story. Journey which started back in 2016. Is that incredible, you guys? And finally, the final frontier was yesterday when the PR card was finally received in the mail. Yes, celebration. And we had to work for that sucker, didn't we, my friend? We sure did. Jaya, hello. Welcome to have you. It's great to have you here. And we've got the Googs, hello. Samson, good to see you from India. Excellent. And Ghislaine, yes, Cameroon. It's awesome to have you here. And yeah, well, if you're just tuning in, post where you're listening in from. I miss this so much, you guys. For all of this moratorium, this shutdown, this closure of the no program specified draws, I miss having people connecting in from all over the world at all different times of the day. And it's just so great to have you guys here. Janet's Uganda. We've got Raphael, who's Saudi Arabia. Oh, excellent. Double monkey feathers from Israel. Oh, you know what? This whole crazy world, March 18th, 2020, I was supposed to fly to Egypt to spend a few days there, then to Jordan to see Petra, and then a week in Israel. It all disappeared. I'm hoping that 2024 will be when I can get back there. I can't wait to get to Israel. Surya from India, great to see you. Let's see, I'm trying to highlight as many people as I can. Ankit is from the Sealand. Awesome. I don't know where that is, but it's got to be cool. All right. Yes, Vancouver's in the house. Dagan, great to see you. Sri Lankan in Vancouver. I love that, Monkey Man. That handle you got there, that little profile picture is hilarious. Yes, and so Samrat says, this is exciting, even though I don't need the access anymore, but would love to be the first one to share the news of the posting of the draw for today, and the access can be provided to anyone from this group. Very cool. All right, well, you keep watching, and let's see who's going to get through. Periodically, I'll come over here, and I'll just refresh it to see if the page is refreshed, and not yet. Okay, we've got Anil, Eni is from Cameroon. Good to see you, Unati, and let's see what we've got here. We've got the bottom is over in Mississauga. Great to have you here. Panthea, Prabhath from Sri Lanka. Oh, this is great. Up in Grand Prairie, Patel. Unati, we actually, my son and I are going to be passing through kind of that territory as we head up to see my uncle this summer up in kind of north central Alberta there a little bit. Okay, let's see. Yes, we're going to get to the draws. Jaya is from the UAE. Richa is from Toronto. Baffy, hello. Good to see you over on LinkedIn. And it's great to have you guys here. I'm doing awesome, Shaher. I'm like speaking and my mind's going so fast. Oh, great. We've got someone from Taiwan. Juvelin, it's great to have you. Sulamana, I'm doing great. He says, how are you doing, boss? We've got Sahila from India. We've got Binod, who's over in Toronto. I understand the weather's nice out there, Binod. Joseph's in Ghana. That's awesome. I love the African connections. Pratim is over in Halifax. And on Saturday, my wife and I, we are traveling to PEI for a week. We are so excited. 50th birthday. Can you believe that? I'm an old man. So we're heading out to Halifax to spend a week there, and I'm really excited. Oh, good. We've got Choice over in Japan. Oh, I'm so blown away by where people are tuning in from. Oh, I miss this. I miss this so much. Dorcas is over in Ghana. That is fantastic. Algeria, Joe Ben. Oh, it's so good to see things are coming to life. Mexico, JM, good to see you. Hello, Hasib, over tuning in on the LinkedIn. Kasra is in Toronto. Marjorie's up in Edmonton. Hello, Marjorie. Great to have you here. And those of you who are posting your questions, hold off and we'll get to those questions in just a little bit. Arifa is over in Bangladesh. Wonderful. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see. I think we're just about through the shout outs. Prince Brian Arnabit Ramos II is watching from the Philippines. Great to have you here. CLO is over in Turkey. Very cool. Oh, Paulson, great to have you here. Lillian is from Ghana, and Paulson's over in Tanzania. Very cool. Oh, I love this. Joe, good to see you, Joe. Back again from Dubai. And we'll definitely get to the questions, guys, so hang tight here. And Double Monkey Feather says, hope you'll like it. here when you finally visit. I know I will love it. I know I'll love it. Maria is over in Halifax. And oh, Emmanuel, good to see you in Winnipeg. Great to connect. Great to have you connect in. Thanks, buddy. I love it when people connect in clients. I love that. Saneeth from Sri Lanka, and Jetty says, smash that like button. Absolutely. Smash that sucker if you're watching on YouTube. Let's see. Raja here we've got from Hyderabad, Telangana, India. Great to have you. Oh, Rwanda. Ishimwe, it's great to have you. And we've got Addie, who's from Edmonton. And good to see you, Ghislaine, as well. All right, I think we've done a pretty fantastic job of shout outs here. Oh, I love this. This is great. So remember, guys, that we're going to have this right here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me pull this one off. I've got too many things going on here. At 11 a.m., we're going to have our Express Entry watch party. And basically, we're just going to chat. We're going to pull guests on. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do, literally some live guests. If anyone's daring, want to join me and talk about their journey, talk about everything they've been through, I'll pull them in. So special guests, we're going to give away free consults for little competitions. I'm not quite sure exactly what those are going to be, but it's going to be fun. And then also we're going to give away a couple more free accesses to the Express Entry step-by-step course, which, as I've indicated here, this sucker here is going to launch August the 1st to the 4th is when we will do the actual masterclass, but I released it now. The cart's open so that you guys can benefit from it right now. And so, yes, so we will give away a couple of those free accesses, and those are worth, let's see if we can open it up here. They're worth $347 US. That's what we're giving away here. So super excited to do this. This is a celebration, and good times are back. Now, like I said in the video that I shared on the YouTube channel, let's see if we can jump back here. If you go to the YouTube channel and you watch the breaking news update that I did right here, I talked about the realities of this draw. We know that Bill C-19 has made its way through the House.
Fattest.
Oh, I never even shut that
rainbow
off yet. Well, hopefully every time I come back here, that's not going to happen. Let me just see here what I've got. Oh, that one. Let me see if I can. Okay. Delete this.
Biggest, fattest.
I've got in the background my my video playing with my fish. Oh, this is going to be awesome. This will be quite entertaining. Let's see if we can do this. Just trying to see if I can get rid of this sucker now, and I don't know how to do that. Okay, well, I won't worry about it. It's all good. We'll just play around with it a little bit. But yes, so the draw 226, the watch party will start at 11 a.m. And so make sure that you tune in and be a part of that, because that's going to be a lot of fun as well. Whew. All right. We did some fantastic little shout outs. So let's get to some questions now. And this is immigration Q&A. So it's open season. So you can post your questions if you like now. All you have to do is just put a Q in front of it, and then I'll know it's a question, and you're not just chatting amongst yourself in the various feeds here. So go ahead. Now's the time to post your questions, and we'll talk about anything, including Express Entry. Let's see where we're at. So Tajinder says, fingers crossed. Absolutely. Fingers are crossed. Okay. Tasia says, will Bill C-19 completely replace points-based Express Entry system? No, it's not going to completely replace it. No. What it does is it allows the minister to have the ability to identify particular classes of people. And if you go and you watch that video that I did, let's see if I can pull this up. Let's see if I can pull this up here. I want to pull up the Bill C-19. I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to flip the screen around for you guys. So in here, you can see that this, the act to implement certain provisions, it's this omnibus bill that has a whole bunch of different things involved in it. And this received royal assent on June the 23rd. And if we look at the text of the bill, let's see if it'll pull it up. Sometimes this takes a little bit longer just because it's a fairly large document. And so we'll give that a little bit of time to pull up, and then I'll just get back here and chat.
Fattest.
Oh my goodness. This is going to go on every single time. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to mute this. I think, let me test this out. I think I've resolved my issue here. If I just mute the audio. Yes, fixed it. Okay, so Bill C-19, and I think we are, no, it's still loading it up. So basically, this gives the minister authority to choose, right? But it doesn't give the minister authority to just replace, to replace everything. Let's see if I can find here. Okay, let's flip it over here. So if you look now, and I'm gonna just try and pull this off of here, and this is just a little bit tricky to read because we've got this stupid publication thing here. But you can see here, so this gives the minister, okay, instructions establishing categories of foreign nationals for the purposes of determining to whom an invitation to make, as well as instructions setting out the economic goal that the minister seeks to establish. And so basically what this does is it gives the minister, like I said, the authority to establish particular classes. And one of the classes could be based on knock code. But ultimately, the ranking of those individuals is still there. So I think to a large extent, they're not going to, just do away with the express entry process, which is all designed on people submitting profiles into the pool and those with the highest ranking receiving the ITAs. I think what it will give the minister the ability to do is to set certain preferences. So if you are in this type of a range, you will then receive an invitation to apply, whether that's sorted by you're an international student, whether your particular occupation skill set, or some other factor that the minister feels is important in meeting Canada's economic goals, because it's all about economics. All right. And Ketis, so the historical day has finally arrived. Yes, it has. Okay, and Kit says, hello, Mark, any chances of a 485 CRS score this year? This year is the critical question. Let's go back and let's take a look at what's happening in the world of express entry. And many of you have seen, we've looked back historically. We know that over the basically since last September, there's only been rounds of invitations let me just flip back here and go to the historical previous rounds. There has only been PNP draws. So if we go back to last year and we go back to September the 14th, that was the last CEC. And if we look, you can see that it had dwindled down to about 2,000. But if we look at numbers, and this is important, so we look at the number of invitations issued, and we look here, yeah, this is the crazy Feb 13. There's some Feb 13ers out there that are celebrating because the lowest score was 75. Crazy. 27,000 invitations issued. If we look at this, you guys, you can see the most that they've ever done for CEC is 6,000, and the most they've ever done for no program specified is 5,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say, look, it's not going to be any more than 5,000. So that's my starting point. Now I'm going to flip back here to the actual, we'll go back here to the rounds of invitations, and then let's take a look. This was June 22nd, but as of June 20th, so realistically, the 636 were, to a large extent, were drawn here in this draw, which remains this number right here. So above 500, last draw, about 2 weeks ago, there were over 8,000 people in the pool with a 500 or higher score. So that tells me that if they did just 5,000, that it wouldn't even get through all of the 500s. So we know for at least 2 draws, at the very least, the scores, if the minister doesn't do something different, are going to be above 500. So we know that. Then if we scroll down and we look at the 490s, there's still 4,000 there. So maybe we've got draws through July, maybe we're into August. And remember, there's going to be a bunch of new people that are getting their profiles in now. They never bothered before because they didn't get this wonderful news from the minister that I've talked about. You guys need to come here and smash the like button, but subscribe. And I want to celebrate something. We crossed over 40,000. Then we crossed over 41,000 subscribers, and super, super stoked about that. Super stoked. But in the breaking news update that we did here, the minister, like I said, announced that there would be FSW, that's through Outlanders, Federal Skilled Trade, and CEC candidates being extended invitations through the draw. So 490, there's 4,000. So maybe we're into August, pushing September. 481 to 490. This is the range, my friend, that you were in right there. So you're sitting at 485. So how long is it going to take to get down to that level? That's the question. And if you've got this many people, even if we split this in half, like I'm looking probably, if it does and they keep doing 5,000 at a shot and there isn't a ton of people that are getting back into the pool with this high of CRS, you know, I think we're looking to probably November to get down to the 485s. So I'm thinking July, August, September, October, maybe November. We're just going to have to see, but it's going to be a while. And unless, you know, your occupation, Ankit, is maybe one in which the minister feels is right on par. Okay, so now we've got Yohan says, nice trout, Mark. That's excellent. Thank you. I'm glad you liked him. FSW Outland, my wife is the primary applicant. She lives in Morocco and me in France for work. Can that be a problem? We put marriage certificate, joint account. We add photos of us in LOE. Yohan's, no. That really shouldn't be an issue. If you've done things correctly and you're answering the questions properly, there's no issues with people, married couples living in two different countries for very valid reasons. And so you make sure if the circumstance arises, you get your ITA and you're filing your EAPR, that second stage, that electronic application for permanent residence. You definitely need to identify, and I do not leave any stone unturned. And one thing I cover in my course all the time is the importance of letters of explanation. They are the secret sauce. They're like the gravy on the mashed potatoes, which, I grew up eating mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes. It's like the gravy that just makes it so good. That's letters of explanation, because they are the resolvers of all confusion if done correctly. And I teach you how to do it in the course. Okay, Raja gives me one of these ones. Excellent. Okay, Samson says, any chance for 460? I do not believe, unless you hit whatever the targeted nature of the minister's draw. If there's a specific target that pulls your occupation or something, I don't think 460 is ever going to make the cut now in the current modern world of express entry, unless as a federal skilled worker. It's possible maybe CEC, or like I said, some strategic targeted draw. But 460 points, it's never gone down to that level for an eternity. It has been so long since it's gone down to that level. We've added siblings, 15 points for siblings. We've added French language ability, which is skyrocketed. And so there's been a number of factors that have really made it really tough to get through the federal skilled worker program at 460. And if you go to the course, one of the things that I teach in the course here, and it's right in the beginning here in module Learning the Basics, I have this section right here that's CRS case studies. And the reason I created that little lesson there was to show you, and let me just pull right in here and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I'll give you a quick little look at my actual course. Let's just log right into my library and I'll show you. So in the course, boy, I've got a bunch right here. So this is what you would look at when you access the course materials. So if module 1, Learning the Basics, I have CRS case scenarios right here. So when I click on that, and I'll just scrub this ahead here, I've actually created right here, stop this, scenarios, a variety of different candidates. And we talk about, whether the person has a good CRS score and they can apply now, whether or not whether the points will drop, whether they need to work at improving, or if there's no chance. And we look at this and we assess it. We look at single applicants, married and common law couples. And I have this little example, if I can scrub through to my buddy here, John. So John is basically your classic candidate. 29 years old, not married, worked as a web developer for 3.5 years overseas, master's degree, IELTS, and you can see 8777, no job offer, no sibling in Canada, no French. And guess what John has? John has 469 CRS points. So you can see how competitive it is. Well, that didn't work. So when it goes to 460 for your scores this time, if it's at 460, it's just not going to go down to that level. The competition is super, super fierce. So we'll see how it plays out. Okay, Sakina, good morning to you. Great to have you here. All right, Rohit's going to shift the landscape and going to talk about something else. Applied for my study permit extension, TRV, from India on June 11th, 2021. When can I expect result on it? Study permit extension, TRV. I'm not quite sure, Rohit, what you mean. So you're in India, you are applying for an extension of your previous study permit. Yeah, like a year, Rohit, I highly recommend you do one of these. And you guys know, when we hit into these questions that are just challenging, I guess to say the least, I always direct people to head back here to our firm website. And here, then you can click on Speak to a Lawyer and book a consult with myself or one of the other lawyers in the firm. So I highly recommend that you do that, Rohit, because your situation doesn't quite make any sense. And at least at what stage. And obviously it's hard. It's very specific for you. And so I recommend you book a consult. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Next question is Kazra. Says, hi, Mark. If someone gets an ITA within 90 days after their postgrad work permit expires, will it be possible to apply for restoration to get a bridging open work permit? I'm glad you asked that question. That is a super awesome, good question. There was a time when I said repeatedly, nope, you cannot do that because you have to maintain valid status in order to bridge a work permit. And so I'm going to show you guys here. Let's see if I can find it. Eligibility. Let's see here. Okay, this is the program delivery instructions. I'm searching for the simple response. Oh, I hate this. That is so stupid. I hate that dumb wizard. Okay, let me just see here. I just want to pull up. All I want is the program delivery update. Okay, let's see if I can find it now here. General eligibility. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, here's the answer. So good question, Kazra. So right here, I just pulled it up. So this is for bridging open work permits for certain economic classes. All right. So this bridging open work permit eligibility, you can see right here. So there was a time where I'd say, no, you can't. You can't bridge to a restore. But to be eligible, okay, you must be currently in Canada. And that's the starting point. Then you have to meet one of the following criteria. And this is where the answer comes. So you have to have a valid temporary resident status and authorization to work as a holder of a valid work permit. So you need to have that. Okay. Or have maintained status and authorization to work under 186U as a result of submitting an application. So you filed it and you're currently in maintained status. Then you apply to bridge. Or your situation, be eligible to restore with authorization to work on a work permit. So the restoration means that you can only restore to your same status. So if your postgrad work permit, if we flip back here and you, man, that is so irritating. How do I shut that off? Okay, bear with me, guys. This is driving me crazy, and I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. It's driving me crazy. I'm trying to figure out how to turn off this little video every time I go back to here, and then I flip back to here. What? Why did that not work? I was here, and I went back here. Seriously, now it's not playing. Oh, what a gong show. I don't know what that means. Okay, well, we'll leave it. So basically, the short answer is yes, you can bridge. Your work permit, your postgrad work permit had expired. You're within the 90-day restoration period. So yes, if you meet the requirements and you've submitted your EAPR, if it's express entry, you can then apply for a bridge as long as you meet the threshold, which is having an acknowledgement of receipt for one of the economic programs. All right. Okay. Good question. I like that one. That was a good one. All right. Let's see what's next here. Okay. Choice got a question. I have a question about CEC. Are there any excluded professions? I've heard that food service supervisors, administrative assistants, cook, retail sales supervisors, etc., are not eligible for CEC. Currently, that is not the case. Now, I'm going to show you guys something once again. Our goal within Healthy Immigration Law and the Canadian Immigration Institute is to provide you with support and help. So yes, we got our consult. When you need help, click on the link and book a consult with us. We can help to navigate through this process. But every single one of you should be going to the site, checking out the resource page and clicking on blog. The latest blog we have was done by Cedric and Chanel. If we click on read more here, so this one here was written by Cedric Marin and Chanel, the two newest lawyers that have joined our firm. And this discusses specifically the changes that are likely to come in November. So right now, my friend, oh, interesting. That's why it pulls it up when I'm going from there. I don't know why it's doing this. Anyways, let's see. Is there any way to just delete this sucker? You gotta love that. Bear with me. This is driving me crazy. Okay, there. Maybe that will fix it. Okay. Sorry, I'm messing around with my screen here because I'm tired of this stupid. I was just trying to show you my fish, and now I have to deal with this. Okay, so back here, November is likely when that's going to happen. So you're talking about, yes, I fixed it. You're talking about specific excluded professions. Well, occupations, remember, it comes down to the modifications with this new tier system that is going to be adjusted. And you can see what happened in 2016 and then 2021, these various tiers here. But if you scroll down here, you will see that we have identified what occupations will become eligible. So these ones are getting elevated, okay? And then we have here what occupations will become ineligible. So this is some of the ones that are on the list. Program leaders, dressmakers. For the Atlantic Immigration Program, they have ineligible occupations. But at this stage, there isn't a big, massive list of occupations that are no longer going to fit. And there's a lot of fear mongering that's going on. But in your situation here, Troy, these are still on the list and there's lots of rumors. But at this stage, there has been no specific changes whatsoever. Okay. Let's see here. Next. Okay. DeBottom says, can inland PR applicants leave Canada after submitting an application and return after 3 to 4 months on a current work permit and work visa and visitor record for my wife? Can we return with this to Canada? DeBottom, I'm going to ring this bell again because I need a whole lot more information than that. What kind of PR application? If you're a tier to PR pathway, you have to be physically present in Canada when that application is adjudicated. If you're going through the Canadian Experience class, you don't. You said here, returning after 3 to 4 months on a current work permit and work visa and visitor record for my wife. So typically, work visas, is that your work permit and work visa and then a visitor record or temporary resident visa for your wife? There's a lot of moving parts there. Ultimately, when it comes to applying for any of the visas, they're independent of permanent residence. Yes, they do look at whether or not you have a permanent resident application in the queue as to whether or not they're going to use that as a factor in assessing intention to return to your home country. But yeah, there isn't a direct correlation per se, at least not to the extent that we can go through this. I recommend that you book a consult. We can chat about it. Okay, Teresicio from Kenya says, how much do someone to study 2-year programs? How much? I don't know if that's cost or how hard it is. Kenya is challenging to get that study permit. Not quite sure what that is. Okay, Surya says, should I take 1 + 1 year postgrad education route since I have 371 low score and not sure upcoming cutoff will favor me? Surya, I never, ever encourage anyone to take a program of less than 2 years. You want to maximize the work experience that you can get on your postgrad work permit. So I never advise anyone to do just a single 1-year program and then get a 1-year work permit. And I actually talk about that. I've got lessons, and those of you who are on the YouTube channel, you guys know that when you go there, all you have to do is go, when you're searching up the channel, all you have to do is go here and then you can actually search. Okay. And so I never, ever advise anyone to take just a short little program. You want to maximize it. And so 2 years at a minimum. Okay. Lice, it's good to see you. Danella, hello. All right. Okay, Jonathan says, can study permits be treated before the posted delay on the IRCC website? Specifically, if the submitter did not take the direct pathway option while in Senegal, thank you. Can study permits be treated before the posted delay? Is that processing times on the IRCC website? I'm not quite sure what you mean. I'll give you an example of the whole processing time world. So I'll type it into here, IRCC processing times. I'll pull this up. Excuse me. I got some wonderful news from a client just the other day. Actually, it was just yesterday I got the email. I'm going to go to family sponsorship. I'm going to pull living inside Canada, spouse common law partner, and I'll click processing times. this right here says 15 months. My client was in kind of a difficult situation. They had, good, I've resolved that issue. The client had been here out of status for a number of years. Didn't work illegally, had a business overseas, and found a wonderful, wonderful woman, and they were married. The application was submitted in December, and he notified me today that he got his PR card, permanent resident card. So we can do the math together. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July to get the actual PR card. It was actually approved in June. So that's like 6 if I'm counting on my fingers, right? 7 maybe. So way faster than what this processing time is listed here. But, and his situation was and could have been determined to be a more complicated situation because he was out of status. But I know the law. I know the public policies associated with in Canada spousal sponsorship applications. And being in status is obviously ideal, but if you're out of status, you can still go through that process. So in terms of study permit processing times, it's hard to say, and I think that's what you're asking. Okay, Avinash, great going. Thanks so much for connecting in. Dilip says, I received AOR for online AINP. How long it will take to get PR? Well, we can easily go right back to the same site and look it up. If you're going through the AINP, and let's just flip back here one more second here. I'm trying to see if it's distinguished. Online AINP, how long will it take? Okay, so AINP is that Alberta. It's the Alberta Advantage Immigration Program. Now this is the Atlantic Immigration. No, it must be Alberta PNP. If we look to here and we just quickly pull up, you can see the processing times are all posted here. We choose economic. And then what we don't know is whether or not your situation was via express entry or otherwise. If it's express entry and we say yes, then you're looking at 18 months. If it's not, then you're looking at 26 months. At least that's what they're posting. So it's a long haul. Yes, it is. All right, we're going to go through a few more questions here, and then we're going to jump on. Our time is basically up. I'm going to shut this one down. I'm going to slide over to the watch party, and we're going to welcome everybody in that's waiting for the watch party. And we're going to spend the next little stretch doing that. So what I'm going to do now is all of you that are on here, wherever you're watching, you should be able to find another, the feed for the watch party. If we go over here to the YouTube channel right here, you can see it's this one right here, special live watch party. So I want you to come and join me in just a few minutes, and I'm going to go live and we'll have lots of fun. We'll still answer questions. We're going to focus on express entry, and all of that will be available. And then tomorrow, I will do some form of live Q&A. So we will do a live Q&A tomorrow, Thursday. We'll have, for whatever reason, by the end of our watch party, because I have meetings a little bit later, if we run out of time, then I'll definitely have an ability to do some lives on Thursday. And then next week, I may just broadcast from PEI. We'll see. We'll see, you guys. All right. So I'm going to shut this one down. Thanks for connecting in for this Q&A. Let's head on over to the watch party. We're waiting for round of invitation right here, 226. This is the magical one when everything opens up again. So head on over with me and join me in the watch party. Okay, take care, guys.